Hey guys,
Hi.
Cliff here,
Molly.
Molly here. Might hear the kids in the background doing stuff, but whatever. Welcome back. We are on week 2 of this series, and what have we done so far?
We got to meet with Erica again last week.
Erica, yeah.
About seeing things in different ways, knowing Jesus even though you can't see him. Which brings us to our awesome Family Friday last week was Miss Kay, one of our Sunday school teachers. She showed us how to do an awesome craft like the wind, because we can't see the wind, but it's here. And there's things that happen because of the wind, so we know it's real. We can feel it, even though we can't see it. Kind of the same with Jesus. So if you guys did not get a chance to have one of your craft kits sent to you, just let us know and we can drop them off on your front porch. Or we can have them, you can pick them up at the church. We'll have a bucket outside. So yeah, put it in the comments that you'd like one and we'll reach out to you for your address. So you don't have to put that out there for everybody to see in case you get toilet papered. But yeah.
Now it's time to
Worship.
Everybody up. Get your dancing shoes on because we about to get it on.
Yeah.
This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I'll fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days, I know where my hope is, I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, I know you're there, anywhere, oh. I'll fix my eyes on you. Hands in the air, I know you're there, anywhere, I'll fix my eyes on you. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking I fix my eyes on you. You are my oh, you are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you.
Great job, everybody.
Tired.
Always.
Anyways, so last week, Erica came back to visit us at our new series, week 1, where she looked through a microscope to see what she could see. And there were so many things in there I didn't know really looked like that.
Yeah. Smiley faces and grass.
What the? Grass makes me itch. Don't smile. Anyway, so what do you think she'll discover this week?
I guess we just gotta find out.
Let's go find out.
Hey everybody, I'm Erica, and welcome to my summer STEAM lab! Today, I'm challenging myself to some optical illusions. Dizzy yet? And you know what these tricky little eye puzzles require? A whole lot of faith! Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. So, let's give it a go! Whoa! That is wild! Wanna see? Does it look like the circles are moving? But they aren't! It's a still photo! The way the gray and the black and the white are used makes it look like it's moving. Crazy, right? Do I look like I'm moving? Now, this one is easy. Okay, which of these objects is bigger than the other? Object A. Duh. All right. Wait. Object A. Right? Wait a second. They're the same size. I'm so shocked right now. Okay, sometimes what we think we see is not what's real. And when we discover the truth, it can be shocking. Today's story is all about a guy named Saul who thought he knew it was true, but he was in for a big shock. Let's check it out.
Okay. One, I love optical illusions until they're frustrating.
So, obviously, they're set up the same, okay? But,
What?
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 But then check this out.
Just like Erica showed us. It really is real. Oh, they're the same, but they're different. I can't. So, as we continue, just keep figuring.
Done.
I'm ready to learn what Saul is all about in this story and see what he doesn't see.
Ooh, I like Saul. He's a good one.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 9.
If anyone was set up for the good life, it was Saul of Tarsus.
Greetings.
Though Saul's family was Jewish, he was also born a Roman citizen. Throughout his life, he was known by 2 different names.
You may call me Saul or Paul.
As a young man, Saul was sent to Jerusalem to study with the famous Rabbi Gamaliel.
Let's see. You have achieved 100% in classical literature, 111% in philosophy, and in ethics, 99%.
Oh, I vow to do better.
Saul became a Pharisee like his father before him. He carefully studied God's law and prayed 3 times a day.
Dear God, help me follow your laws 100% perfectly.
Like the other religious leaders in Jerusalem, though, Saul was caught off guard by the events that surrounded the life and death of Jesus.
Good riddance. Now that fool can't try to overturn God's laws anymore.
Haven't you heard? Jesus' follower says he's returned to life.
They've seen Jesus?
They've seen Jesus.
Ah, those riffraff will slink away soon enough.
Against all odds, the followers of Jesus didn't fade away. In fact, the numbers began to grow.
5,000? You're telling me that 5,000 people are following the way of a dead man?
Well, technically, they think he's alive.
Not helping.
The religious leaders in Jerusalem did everything they could to squash the new movement. They even arrested a leader among the Jesus followers named Stephen. After telling lies about him, they dragged him outside the city.
This man is a disgrace.
Saul stood by and held the coats of the men, who picked up stones and threw them at Stephen, until they killed him.
If Stephen had just let go of this Jesus nonsense, he wouldn't have had to die.
It's terrible. I heard people are following the way of Jesus in other cities too.
What? Inconceivable.
Saul quickly became known for hunting down people who believed in Jesus. When he discovered that some Jews in Damascus were following Jesus, he went straight to the high priest.
This Jesus thing is spreading everywhere.
I'm aware.
They think he's alive.
Hashtag yup.
Someone should do something.
I hope you have something constructive to say.
Give me letters to the synagogues in Damascus so I can arrest all the believers and bring them back here.
Now you're talking.
Saul set off for Damascus with the blessing of the high priest. He traveled with a group of men to arrest the believers they found. After days on the road, they neared the city.
There it is.
We'll make it by lunch.
No, we must take time to pray.
As he did 3 times every day, Saul stopped and turned to Jerusalem to pray, certain God was on his side.
Dear Lord, help me to catch every single one of those despicable Jesus people.
Suddenly, a light more brilliant than the midday sun blazed down around Saul. He staggered, fell to the ground, squeezing his eyes shut against the glare.
Saul, why are you opposing me?
Saul gasped. It felt as though the whole earth shifted beneath him.
Who are you, Lord? I am Jesus. I am the one you are opposing.
The men around Saul stared in horror and confusion, unable to speak. They could see no one, but heard a sound, perhaps like a roar of thunder.
Now get up and go into the city. There you will be told what you must do.
Saul reeled. He struggled to his feet and finally opened his eyes. He saw nothing, only darkness.
What's happened?
You tell us. We saw the light, and you fell, and this sound, and then you said...
I can't see.
What?
I can't see. I've been blinded.
That's not good. Here, take my hand.
Saul grasped the man's hand and shuffled a few steps forward.
Who are you talking to?
I think it was Jesus.
You heard Jesus?
I heard Jesus.
Saul's companions led him into Damascus, where he stayed at the home of a man named Judas on Straight Street.
Want something to eat?
I'm not hungry.
Or water?
Not thirsty.
For 3 days, Saul wrestled with himself and God. He'd come face to face with the very man he knew was dead, but discovered that Jesus was very much alive. Now blind, Saul was forced to see everything in a brand new light.
Huh?
Very cool.
So cool. When hearing the story, it could seem weird that Jesus would actually intentionally blind someone. But think if he didn't do that, Saul would have never seen things the way God wanted him to. So sometimes, even though we want to do certain things or see certain things, we have to actually step back. Way
Oh, we're gonna fall. Stop.
fall off the bench. Hold on. And we gotta back up, not too far though, and try to look at situations from other people's viewpoints. And this is so good to talk about right now with everything that's going on in the real world. You got to look at things in different perspectives. What people are, different things people are seeing. And when we get so wrapped up in our own viewpoints, we can miss out on a lot, and sometimes miss out on the actual truth about what's going on. And again, that's so good with what's going on right now in the world. Got a visitor.
Hello. So let's check back in with Erica. Keep this on your mind about different viewpoints. Wow, your hair is beautiful. But let's check back in with Erica, and maybe she'll have another optical illusion like Owen's hair.
It's real. It's really there, I promise.
Okay, there's supposedly a picture of a dinosaur hidden in this image. I don't... Focus. Okay, I'll just have to have faith that there's a dinosaur in this picture because I do not see it. Speaking of, Saul literally couldn't see after his encounter with Jesus, but in a way, he could see better than he ever had before. Anyway, Saul saw everything. And Jesus made a way for everybody to be saved from their sins. After Jesus went back to heaven, he gave his followers the Holy Spirit. And then many more people believed in Jesus too. Saul wanted to stop the Jesus followers, and he really tried. But Jesus wanted Saul to know a better way. You know, it's amazing how God has revealed himself to people all throughout history. Saul, who is also known as Paul, so Saul and Paul are actually Saul Paul, was no exception, and neither are you. Just like God opened Saul's eyes to see the truth, he can open our eyes too. He may not appear to you in a bright light, but God can get your attention in all kinds of ways, like through nature. Or a conversation with a friend. That's really good. I like that. You're so wise. A song on the radio. God can even use your own circumstances to help you know him. And when you focus in and really see Jesus for who he is, the Savior of the world, it can change how you see everything. So that's the one thing to remember today. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. It's like Jesus gives us brand new glasses to see out of. I can't really see out of these ones, but it's a different way to see. So that's exciting. Oh, perfect. Well, that's all I got for this week. Oh, perfect. These coffee beans want to wave goodbye to you. Bye.
Okay, so knowing Jesus changes the way you see things is probably my favorite point ever, because it is so true. Because this world that we live in is really broken and it's really hard sometimes. But if you know Jesus, you really do see things in a different way. You see the hope, you see the love, you see the joy. But I just want you to take this next 60 seconds and ask a family member if they can recall any situation in their life that they thought, this is the end. I'm over it. That I'll never be able to get out of this hole that I've dug myself into, and it's over. I can recall fighting with a friend, and to the point that I would get a stomachache to have to go to school and confront them and see them and knowing they're so mad at me. But then I can look back now and know everything really is okay. That situation I thought was completely devastating, I lived through it. We got through it. And so ask a family member in the next 60 seconds what situation they went through that they thought it was done, over, the worst that could be. And say, how did you get out of it? How was God present in that? And that 60 seconds
starts
now.
that was a lot to cover in 60 seconds. And if you didn't cover that in 60 seconds and you have the whole week, 6 days and 23 hours till we do this again.
Oh.
So, I hope you guys had some great share time about the times you swore you would never get better. And you can say today that you did. So that shows in certain moments that we aren't seeing the whole picture. We're so wrapped up in what we think is right and what we think we should do. Now you can look back in moments. Oh, heard a baby.
Yep.
Look back in those moments in life and see how God got you through them. And how that changes how you can see things in the future.
Yeah. So, oh, there's another kid.
House is coming down.
So, just try this week to realize whatever you're struggling with, whatever a friend's struggling with, or Molly's words that I always struggle with, just sit there and encourage them that we've always been through hard moments that we always thought we couldn't get out of, but God always does show a way. And then you can look back and it makes you a better person, a better friend, a better brother or sister. But we hope you have an amazing week this week. Maybe I just need to go take a nap. I don't know.
We'll get a substitute for next week so you can get ready.
But you guys have an amazing week and we will see you next Sunday.
See you guys. Love you. Bye.